Hi, how are you? What have you been reading recently? I have a hair. Oh, okay. How's life? How is everything? I am so awkward. I don't know how to talk to people. That's why I'm talking to my phone, obviously. So, yeah. As for today's video, I thought I would talk about all the romance book I read recently because it's my friends always tell me I say it wrong. February. Oh my god. So like my friends, obviously their first language is English, so they always make fun of the way I pronounce a few words. It's so like sad and annoying. Mostly annoying. Sometimes sad. Uh, okay, so I thought since it's Valentine's Day soon, I'm gonna do a video about all the books I read recently, and some of them were amazing. Some of them I'd recommend. Actually, no, most of them I'd recommend a lot. So, yeah, it was a pretty good romance month for me. It's the January romance wrap up, but also not all the books I read in January because I read a lot of books that were new releases that already went up, and the video would be linked somewhere over here. I guess here, or maybe here. Like, I don't know. I have that thing where like you can know which way the right is and which way the left is. So I'm pretty sure it's here, but it might be here. Okay, I think I embarrassed myself enough, so I'll get on to the books. The first book I read in January, the first romance book I read in January was the Chichi. It's a friends to lovers romance. It's mutual pining, and the guy kind of like concocts a plan that he would finally make her his girlfriend. It's so cute. I loved it so much. I gave it a 4 stars. So filming this videos made me realize that I'm so bad at eye contact that I can't even make eye contact with my phone. It's really something. So bear with me while I try to maintain eye contact. It's really uncomfortable for me. Okay, so the next book I read was First Love, Take Two. I love this book so much. This was like so accurate, and it said something about the Desi culture. Like the commentary about the Desi culture was so accurate. Like I cannot tell you how accurate this was. So it's about this girl, like an Indian girl, who falls in love with a black guy. It's a second chance romance, and her aunties, like not aunties, like they're not related to her, like like brown people have like aunties in the community. I guess like not just brown people. I guess it's like a cultural thing where like there are aunties in the community, and the aunties in the community really bullied her parents. Her parents were like okay with it, like okay with her dating in general, but like since the aunties weren't, she had to like break up with him. But like also his family is like mega rich, and they didn't like that she wasn't like rich as them, so they also hated her. So it's like they wanted to be together, but neither of their families were like, well, like not neither of their families, like his family and her community was against it, so they couldn't like continue, so they had to break up. But it's their second chance romance. It's forced proximity, and it's kind of hate to love. It's so cute. I loved it so much. This is my third book, I think, by Sajni Patel, and most of her books were a hit for me. Yeah, I really love The Trouble with Hating You. The Knockout wasn't my thing, but it was also YA, so I mean, I guess that could have been why. If you're looking for a second chance romance, this is a great one. But like this also like falls into a lot of pitfalls that like second chance romances fall into. So like if you're not into that, don't read that, because like there are a few things that come with second chance romances that this book also has, like the long separation and like the insta love feely, because they hadn't seen each other in 6 years, but how did you fall in love so fast? Anyway, that's like my only gripe with it, but other than that, this book was great. Kiss My Butt. It's a hate to love romance, kinda. So it's like friends to hates to love romance. They were best friends for a while, and then the main guy, is a golfer, and like he goes on tour and he is really famous, but like one day he was doing really badly, so he threw a tantrum in the middle of the golf field. Where do you play golf? My roommate would kill me. She is a golfer. She is a varsity golfer. She's in the university team, and she would kill me because I don't know where golfers play. Is it a court? It's not a court. Golf course? Okay, let's go with golf course. Lucy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, so like he throws a tantrum, and then like he has to return back to the town they're both from, and she's working at the country club, or where the golf course is, and he has to practice. But what he doesn't know is like she hates him now because of something that happened kind of years ago, or months ago at least. She tortures him, like he's working for her now, so she tortures him kind of, and it's so cute. I loved it as well. I mean, I wouldn't say I loved it. I would say I liked it. I loved it for what it was. It was a light, fun rom-com. Yeah, if you're in the mood for something like that, pick this one up. I'd give it a 3.5, 3.75 at least. Don't hold me on that because I don't have a really good rating system. I just like rate books about how I feel about them. Like if I feel a certain way about a book, then I know like, okay, so like for me, 5 stars, loved it, would reread it. 4 stars, really liked it. 3 stars, liked it, solid read. 2 stars, didn't like it. 1 star, it's trash. I would never recommend anyone read it. Like 2 stars, I would still recommend people to read it. Like could see like, I could like understand how I didn't like it, but other people would. But like 1 star, like I would not recommend it to my worst enemy. So that's my rating system. That's how it works. And if it's like in between somewhere, so like let's say it's 3.5, it's somewhere between I liked it, it's a solid read, and I really liked it. So it's like I kinda really liked it, if that makes sense. Or like 4.5, it's like I loved it, but I probably wouldn't reread it again. I hope that made sense. Okay, getting real. It's about someone, a guy and a girl. I know it's a street romance. It's about this doctor and a nurse. Okay, let me tell you, like I really enjoyed it. I would give it a 4 stars, but it wasn't very memorable. Ugh. So it made me like really happy. So I'm sticking to a 4 stars. It's about a nurse, and the nurse is very quirky. Violet. Her name is Violet. Why are heroines named Violet always so quirky? I don't understand. Like, it's a thing. Like, whenever a heroine is named Violet, she's going to be quirky AF. Okay, anyway, it's about a quirky nurse named Violet who is in love with a doctor, and the doctor Connor likes her back, but she is not her type because he is looking for someone who is a bit more serious, a bit more older, a bit more mature, and Violet is none of those things. And then they fall in love. Okay, the next one. Experimental marine biology. It's a friends to lovers romance. He's a model. She is a marine biologist, and she's doing like research on whales. And they have been friends for since they were children. And the main girl has lost touch with her family. And then one day he's like, okay, I'm gonna come to, I think she lives in New York, maybe? Does she? I don't know, but like, or like whatever town she's in, he's coming there for like a modeling shoot, and she offers him a place to stay, and now they become more than friends. That's the story. Okay, now the next few books I read were the Kings of Rittenhouse. I'm not gonna put the covers up because no. I don't like these covers. I like illustrated covers. I'm sorry. I'm like I can't. My mom might watch these videos, so yeah. So yeah, the covers aren't going up, but I'll like list all the books down below and the authors. Maya Hughes wrote one of my favorite new adult series ever, which were the Fulton U books. And so I gave this series a try, and these just feel like a watered down version of Fulton U books. None of them are more than a 3. I guess like other people like it, but I like Fulton U way more. Like all the books in the Fulton U series is like 4 stars and up, and this one is not it. I read the 3rd and the 4th book and the 5th book. No, I think I did 3rd, 5th, and 4th. That's the order I went in. The 3rd one is a second chance romance. Like they were high school sweethearts. He believes she cheated on him, but she didn't. The 5th one is like the player, physical, therapist, romance, forced proximity. I didn't like that. That one was a 2.5. I don't remember anything. Oh, and the 4th one was like a brother's best friend. Forced proximity again, because her house burned out and she has to live with him. That one was a 2.5 as well, so do with that what you will. I mean, if you're new to new adult romances, then maybe give it a shot. But if you have read a lot, these will just feel like they have been done before. The next book is The Bet by Max Monroe. It has the twin switch trope, but like not a lot, so there was no deception. Just putting it out there. So the main guy, oh my god, what is his name? Jude owns a club, and he has strippers, and one of the strippers kind of like bets him that like he can't strip well or something, so he like pretends to be a stripper. And the main girl is in a wedding party. She is the bride's twin, and the bride is like, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want a stripper grinding on me. So she makes her sister switch places with him, so the sister gets a lap dance from Jude. Anyway, Max Monroe, great team of writers. I love them so much. And they have written some of my favorite books in the world. So, I mean, this one wasn't as good as some of their other works. And so I would give it a 4, like, because some of their books I've reread over and over again, and I still love them. And this wasn't just as good as them, so it's a 4. The next book is On Location. It's about this girl, Alla, who wants to direct a show in Utah, and she is forced to work with this really annoying reality TV show star. But in the bright side, the guy she went on one amazing date with is also here, and they have to work together. It's cute, nothing special. Honestly, I was so bored when they were talking about Utah and all the parks and stuff. But that might be because I'm like not into outdoor stuff, so maybe if you're into that, try it. Camping just sounds horrible. I'll never do that. Unless it's glamping. Glamping I can do. And since it's forced proximity, they get together much later in the book. Actually, they don't get together until like until like 60% at least of the way through. And it's very weird because it didn't feel like slow burn. Like, I like slow burn books, but this didn't feel slow burn. This just, I don't know. I didn't like it. I want to be generous and give it a 3, but I think it's more of a 2.5. Okay, just not that into Billionaires. It's a 5 stars. This entire series is a 5-star series. It's about this girl who discovers that she is married to this guy she knew like 10 years ago. And then and she like is applying for visa in Europe, and then like she's like going through her paperwork, and they're like, oh yeah, you lied, you're actually married, you have been married for 10 years. And then like she goes up to him, and he's like, no, I like being married to you, so I'm not giving you a divorce, but if you want, you can stay with me a month and I'll give you a divorce after the month. And of course they fall in love during the month, and it's so cute. I love it. It's so quirky. All the characters are so quirky. It's so hilarious. I'd recommend this entire series. The first book in the series is probably my favorite. It's about this girl who is like a dog whisperer, and so like this really rich woman leaves her dog with her, and the dog inherits like billions of dollars, and her romance is with the woman's son. It's so funny. It's hilarious. It's all very quirky though, so it's all very over the top. So if you're not into that, don't pick this one up. Oh, the next one, I am in love with this author now. I have never read anything by her before, and I'm gonna be reading a lot of books from now on. The book is called Never Fall for Your Backup Guy. It's about this girl Sara who is looking for a guy, but she can't find anyone. So she convinces her friend into being her backup guy. So they would date. No, they wouldn't date. They would be friends, but like if she can't find someone by the time they are 35, they'd get married and have kids and have family. But of course, she realizes that her feelings for him goes much deeper. I love this one so much. I also love the second book. The second book was better in my opinion. I'd give this one a 4.5 and the second one a 5. I see myself reading the second book again. The second book is about this rich guy and this so like the guy's friend and the girl's friend set them up, and at first they're really into it and she's really into him, but then he opens his mouth and he's like it kind of gets out that he's rich, and she's like, no, I'm over rich guys. I don't want to date any more rich guys because they're all a-holes. She's like really rude to him, but then like she moves into a new apartment and she finds out that he owns the penthouse. I love that one so much, and there is the cutest dog in it, and it's so quirky. Again, these two books are so freaking quirky. Like if you're not into like over the top quirky books, don't read these. I am really into these kinds of quirky books. I'd like characterize them as so freaking silly but American, if that makes sense. The next two books are YA. The first one is What's Not to Love. It's a high school competition, hate to love romance. They are always competing for Harvard. Now they're forced to work together. Their principal is making them put a reunion together for like a 10-year anniversary. So now they have to do that. And the last book I read was Salam with Love. It was a 3-star read for me. It's about this girl being forced to spend time with her cousins, and her cousins are like really religious, like way more than her parents. She reconnects with her faith and her cousins and her family, and in the process she falls in love with this guy who is friends with her cousins. Yeah, I liked it. It takes place in New York City during Ramadan, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it much. Also, like trigger warning for hate crimes, because this case it's really dark. At like 70%, I was not expecting that. And yeah, that's it for today. If you want to talk to me about books, you can leave a comment down below or DM me on Instagram. I'll try to remember to link my Instagram, but I'm a bad YouTuber, not just a bad booktuber, just a bad YouTuber in general, and forget to like link things up there, link things down below. Even though I hear myself during editing, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do this and this and this, but then like when I'm like uploading it, I forget. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. What do YouTubers say? Comment down below for engagement. I don't know. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if I made you read any of the books, and tell me if you like them. And tell me, especially if you hated them, because I like knowing that there are people with different tastes than me out there, because I guess we are all different and we all have different tastes. But yeah, that's it for today. Bye!